Operation De Jong from Ten Hag. It is claimed that Barcelona may have to sell one of their star players, Frenkie De Jong, due to the economic crisis. Manchester United's manager, Ten Hag, is insistent on signing the Dutch midfielder he had previously worked with at Ajax. According to the news in the Spanish press, Manchester United has increased its offer to €80 million for De Jong, which they initially offered €65 million to Barcelona. According to the news of the Spanish newspaper AS, Barcelona president Laporte has decided to sell De Jong definitively this season due to financial difficulties. Ten Hag, who couldn't sign De Jong last season, definitely wants to finish the job this time. In fact, it is said that De Jong is also looking forward to leaving Barcelona this time. Last season, the transfer didn't happen because he didn't want to leave the team, but now things have changed. Ten Hag's initial plan is to create a midfield with Casemiro, De Jong, and Mason Mount. If both Mason Mount and De Jong finish the transfer, it will be a real big deal. So what is your opinion on this? Would you like to see De Jong in Manchester? Man United ready to clear out as many as 13 players this summer regardless of takeover. It could be one of the biggest summer transfer windows in Manchester United's recent history, and if Ten Hag wants to continue the good work he began last season, he needs to get to work. As many as 13 Red Devil stars could be sacrificed this summer as the Dutchman looks to ensure that the Old Trafford outfit continue to feel comfortable at the Premier League's top table. According to the Daily Mail, the first-team manager is only going to be handed £120 million to spend in the market, and to that end, player sales will allow him to bring in the caliber of player he believes can take United to the next level. Regardless of whether the Glazer family sell the club or not, the first team still need to evolve in order for Ten Hag to move forward with his project. The full list of players up for grabs are as follows: Harry Maguire, Jadon Sancho, Alex Telles, Fred, Scott McTominay, Donny van de Beek, Anthony Elanga, Hannibal Mejbri, Eric Bailly, Brandon Williams, Dean Henderson, Anthony Martial, and Zidane Iqbal. Some will clearly command more of a fee than others, but it will be the associated saving on wages that also opens up the possibilities for Ten Hag. One thing is abundantly clear, and that's that the Dutchman isn't going to rest on his laurels. Perhaps for the first time since Sir Alex Ferguson, United have a real winner in their dugout who has the respect of his squad and will stop at nothing to get the long overdue and lasting success that the club deserved. Manchester United and Newcastle United show interest in 19-year-old Lille prospect. Young Lille midfielder Carlos Baleba is attracting interest from Manchester United and Newcastle United. As per French outlet La Voix des Sports, Manchester United and Newcastle United are interested in signing young Lille midfielder Carlos Baleba. The report also reveals that the Cameroonian would be available at around £25 million this summer. His contract with Lille lasts until the summer of 2026. The 19-year-old is still a young midfielder who is good at passing with accuracy, does not mind going into tackles and aerial duels, can create chances, and is good at dribbling past people in tight areas. The Cameroonian has the potential to become an elite midfielder in years to come. If either United or Newcastle sign him this summer, it could be to develop him and hope that he becomes good enough in a year or two time. Considering all that, potentially £25 million to sign Baleba would be a bit of a stretch. Hence, the Red Devils can be clever by ignoring this deal for the summer. They are anyway now in talks with the representatives of Brighton midfielder Moises Caicedo and accept that his cost of £80 million is right. It remains to be seen whether they can pay that much for a player, knowing other squad departments need bolstering as well. Manchester United run out of steam in chase for KOLO MUANI. Manchester United appear to have reached a stalemate with Eintracht Frankfurt in their attempts to lure KOLO MUANI to Old Trafford. United have been on the prowl for a striker, with KOLO MUANI being one of several players the club has looked into. The chase for the Frenchman appears to have stalled, according to the Mirror, as Frankfurt are asking for £80 million, which United are unwilling to pay. MUANI has already expressed a desire to play in England, which should ideally give United a strong negotiating position. The French international had a torrid time early in his career and only really took off following his move to Germany last year. In his first 13 games, he provided an incredible 9 assists, earning him a World Cup call-up. He followed this up by finishing the season with 15 goals and 11 assists in the league. MUANI is viewed as one of several strikers who possess crucial traits needed to fit in and enhance United's attack under Ten Hag. Manchester United ready to part ways with midfield star for £40 million this summer. Manchester United will demand £40 million for Scott McTominay this summer. As per Daily Mail, Manchester United will consider offers in the region of £40 million for midfielder Scott McTominay during this summer window. The report also reveals that the price tag could put off the clubs who are chasing the signature of the Scotland international. Newcastle United are among them. A few days ago, it was revealed that West Ham United are eyeing a move for the 26-year-old, as David Moyes is looking to potentially replace Declan Rice in the team. It remains to be seen whether the Hammers will be put off by this price tag. McTominay and Fred are tipped to leave United this summer, but the former's contract runs until 2025 while the latter's term expires next summer. So, there might be more pressure to let go of the latter as soon as possible. McTominay, on the other hand, is a decent player who can do a job for the team as and when required. He is not good enough to start games regularly for United under Ten Hag. So, if the Scotsman accepts that he would be a fringe player here, the club won't be under pressure to sell him this summer. However, if he has aims to play regular minutes, it would only be right that he is sold to a club that can offer him that in abundance. Manchester United set to sign Harry Maguire this week. Manchester United have been pretty quiet in the transfer market so far, with Ten Hag no doubt growing in frustration at the lack of signings. However, there's plenty of time left yet. Well, it does seem as though the Red Devils are closing in on their first deal, albeit for a player who you'd not necessarily expect. The young man in question is Harry Maguire. The 16-year-old is a defender by trade. He's set to sign for United this week, according to Fabrizio Romano.